Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that's frankly vital for anyone who wants to stay strong, mobile, and independent as the years go by. We're going to break down 5 incredibly powerful exercises that if you're over 60, you really don't want to ignore. So let's dive right in. First off, let me ask you a question. We all kind of know that we lose a bit of muscle as we get older, right? It's just part of the process. But do you have any idea how much muscle you can actually lose every single year without you even really noticing it's happening? The answer can be as high as 3%. 3% a year. This whole process has a name. It's called sarcopenia. And, it's like a silent thief of your strength. It just sneaks up on you, and for a lot of people, they only realize how much they've lost when a fall happens or when simple things like getting out of a chair suddenly feel like a real challenge. And that really gets to the heart of the matter. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder or lifting crazy amounts of weight. Not at all. It's about the very real day-to-day impact that losing this muscle has on your actual life. Think of it like a dangerous domino effect. It starts with decreased strength. Well, that leads directly to poor balance and just not being able to move around as easily. And what happens then? Your risk of falling goes way up. And the last domino, the one we all want to protect, that's our independence. But here is the really good news. This is not some unavoidable fate, not even close. You can build an incredibly powerful defense against it, and it's all built around 5 specific targeted movements. And no, they're not super complicated, but they are ridiculously effective at slowing this whole process down, and in some cases, even reversing it. So let's start from the ground up. Literally, our first couple of exercises are all about building a rock-solid foundation in your lower body. I mean, that's where your power, your stability, and all your functional strength really comes from. And our very first move is the glute bridge. Now, there's a reason we're starting here. It's because this exercise targets the biggest, most powerful muscle group you have, your glutes. And these are muscles that have a tendency to get weak and kind of fall asleep as we get older. So many of us, because we sit so much, end up with something called gluteal amnesia. It sounds funny, but it's real. Your brain kind of forgets how to activate these muscles properly. The glute bridge is the perfect wake-up call. By strengthening them, you're protecting your lower back, your knees, and your hips from taking on stress they were never meant to handle. And the best part? It's super low impact, which makes it perfect for just about anyone. Now, you can see the steps here on the screen, but let me tell you the most important part. Don't just lift your hips up and down. I want you to really focus on that squeeze at the very top of the movement. Squeeze your glutes hard. Honestly, that's where all the magic happens. Okay, on to our second foundational exercise, and it builds right on the strength we just started creating. It's the squat. And look, this isn't some hardcore gym bro exercise. It's a fundamental human movement that is absolutely key to staying independent. I mean, just look at this. The choice couldn't be more clear. On one side, you have strength, the ability to get out of a chair with ease, to keep moving freely, to actually improve your bone density. And on the other side, weakness, which leads to struggling to stand up, a much higher risk of falling, and eventually a loss of that daily autonomy. The choice really is yours to make. As you follow these steps, here's the one thing I want you to picture. Imagine you're sitting your hips back into a chair that's just behind you. And hey, don't be afraid to use an actual chair for support when you're starting out. That's not cheating. It's the smartest and safest way to begin. All right, with our foundation feeling a little more solid, let's move up and talk about supporting the rest of the frame. These next 2 exercises are all about improving your balance, your circulation, and your posture. So, exercise number 3 is the heel raise. I know it looks incredibly simple, maybe even too simple, but don't let that fool you. This little movement is absolutely critical for your stability and, maybe surprisingly, for the health of your entire circulatory system. There's a reason your calf muscles are sometimes called the second heart of the body. It's because every single time they contract, they act like a pump. They physically squeeze the veins in your lower legs and help push that blood all the way back up to your heart, working against gravity. Pretty cool, right? So this gives you 2 massive benefits for the price of one simple move. First, stronger calves mean you have more stable ankles and way better balance. That's huge for preventing falls. And second, you're literally boosting your own circulation, which can help with things like swelling in your ankles or painful leg cramps. It's a simple move with a really profound payoff. Okay, our 4th exercise is going to tackle a problem that is just everywhere in our modern lives: bad posture. The scapular retraction is your secret weapon against those rounded, hunched forward shoulders we get from spending hours looking down at our phones and computers. All you'll need is a simple resistance band for this one. And the entire goal here, the thing you have to focus on, is the feeling of pulling your shoulder blades together. Imagine you're trying to pinch a pencil between them. That squeeze, that's what rebuilds good posture from the ground up. And now it's time for our fifth and final exercise. This one is all about building that practical, functional upper body strength that you actually use in your day-to-day life. And that exercise is the push-up. Now hold on, before you say there's no way I can do a push-up, just hear me out. This is honestly one of the best all-in-one exercises you can do for your chest, your shoulders, your arms, and your core. And I promise it is accessible to absolutely everyone. So, how is that possible? Well, the secret is that you don't have to start on the floor. Nobody says you have to. You start against a wall. Doing push-ups against a wall dramatically reduces the weight you're pushing and lets you build strength safely. Once that gets easy, you can progress to a lower incline, like a sturdy table or a kitchen counter. The floor push-up isn't the starting line, it's the goal line. This progression makes it doable for anyone. So there you have it. Those are the 5 key moves. But the real secret here, it isn't actually the exercises themselves. The true key to getting lasting results, your real superpower in all of this, is just consistency. This isn't about looking at what someone else is doing. It's not a competition. This whole journey is about personal progress. It's about being just a little bit better, a little bit stronger than you were yesterday. It's about listening to your own body and celebrating every small step forward. Remember, it's that regularity, not some punishing intensity, that builds a truly strong and resilient body for the long haul. So, all of that leaves us with just one final question. We've laid out the roadmap, right? From building your foundation to supporting your frame. Now, the power is in your hands. Which one of these 5 powerful moves will be your first step towards a stronger, more active future?